Good morning. Welcome to the Keto Mom page. We are diving into Dream It, Pin It, Live It. This is what we are going to be chatting about. I hope you're having an incredible morning. I first want to start out with a joke. My hope is to make you laugh. 2, we're going to talk about what you're thankful for today. And then we'll dive into talking about vision boards and why it's important to have a vision and why it's important to write your dreams down, or even what it means to dream. That's what we're going to talk about. So, first, where are you tuning in from? How is your morning? Maybe it's afternoon, depending on where you're tuning in from. I have a funny joke for you. Are you ready? If you have not laughed, my hope is to make you laugh this morning. All right. Here is joke number 1. What kind of pizza do pilots like? Plain. Get it? Plane, pilots. I hope you're laughing. I'm going to make myself laugh. Okay, one more. Why did the baker stop baking donuts? Why did the baker stop baking donuts? He got tired of the whole business. Get it? Donut, whole business. All right. I hope that made you laugh. It's going to be a great day. Before we dive into chapter 1, and we're not going through an entire chapter in one live. We're going to take it a couple pages at a time. Our goal is to go through this book over the course of this entire month. I realize it's backwards, so I'm sorry I didn't flip the camera. But Dream It, Pin It, Live It. If you have the book, awesome. I hope you're going through it with me. If you're not, you're just tuning in here every single day. Awesome. We're going to get to the end of the month. The last 5 days of the month, we're going to create a vision board or walk you through what it looks like to create a vision board. And so I want to start off with, really, my hope is to help you get your mindset right every single morning so that you go throughout the day and make the best decisions possible, right? Some of you are going, okay, if you're brand new, first of all, I'd love to know if you're new. Post new below. If you're on TikTok, I'm on Facebook. It's called Keto Mom, just on Facebook. So when TikTok disappears, it disappears. If you have questions, you need help with goals, if you want to know more, reach out to me on Facebook. So I want to know one thing. What are you thankful for today? Because gratitude is super important, right? Your mindset is super important, because if this is right, you're going to find yourself making better decisions throughout the day. For instance, here on the Keto Mom page, I would say you're going to find yourself making better decisions on your food. Hopefully you will decide to move your body, work out, drink more water. You're going to be more positive. Therefore, you're going to speak more positive words over yourself and others. And you're just going to have a better day. You're going to, I promise, if you work on this. So with that, what are you thankful for today? Post below, right? I want you to tell me. I am thankful for funny jokes. I'm thankful for this book. I'm thankful for early mornings. I'm thankful for water. I'm thankful for you. I'm thankful for my family. I'm thankful that I get to homeschool. So I want you to start out your morning every day with a heart of gratitude. I love it. Thank you for sharing. I'd love it if you press the share button. Excuse me. Sharing is caring. So other people can join us, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to go through this book together. And basically, I just went through the first 3 pages. I made it to, I wanted to keep going, but that's what we're going to talk about. So a couple things real quick. Why are we going to create a vision board? So what is a vision board? Does anybody have a vision board? Who's ever done one? Basically taking your hopes and dreams, the things that you want in life, not just tangible things, houses and cars, but like, what is your mission in life? What is something that you want to accomplish? Where do you want to go? Maybe you've got dreams for your kids. Maybe you want to pay off debt. Maybe you want to reach a certain weight. Have you ever created a vision board? If you haven't, we're going to do it. If you have, we're going to revisit it and maybe add to it. So a vision board is basically a picture of things or goals that you want to see and accomplish in life. And so why does a vision board work? It puts it in front of your face. It helps you not forget it. It helps you go after them, right? It's going to give you another, not just here, but actually in front of you, and it's going to help you keep going. Some of you ask, how do you stay motivated every single day? Why do you get up and share? What keeps you going? And on my vision board, I have different things. I have business goals. I have personal goals. My goal is to get stronger. I have goals for myself, my husband and I, we have goals together, financially, relationships, for our kids, school, lots of things, right? We have them in front of us on a board. I'll share that with you as we go along, and I'm going to add to it for the end of the month. So I started this live off, and it says this. There are 3 types of people in this world: those who make things happen, those who watch things happen, and those who wonder what happened. Who are you going to be in this season? Are you going to make things happen? Are you going to watch? Or are you just going to wonder? You're going to get to the end of the month and go, what in the world? What did I miss? The key to anything is taking action. You're going to learn. You're going to maybe watch. Hopefully you're reading it with me. And then you're going to take action on this. It's the only way it's going to work. You're going to have to do the work. What? Action creates clarity. That's from my husband. Action creates clarity. So, as you begin to dream, you're going to have people, and this is the stinky part. I want you to hear this. You will have people that are going to tell you, oh, stop being foolish. You will never have that. You will never look that way. It's sad to say, but people don't, let me rephrase that. Some people in your life may not want you to succeed. And you might go, why would somebody not want me to succeed? It's just the way it is, right? Because when you start having success, or you start dreaming, or you get out of your own way, when you start believing in yourself, other people might feel like you're leaving them behind. Oh, if she's going after something or he's going after something, it makes other people feel less than. And it makes them go, I should probably start working on myself. And they may try to pull you down. And guess what? You are worthy of this. It's okay to dream. It's going to be incredible to create a vision board. And it's okay to go after goals. Even if other people don't believe in you, you have to believe in yourself. All right? She tells incredible stories of people that have had success by simply believing in themselves and creating vision boards and going after their goals. Who knows who Steve Harvey is? Steve Harvey loves to tell jokes. Steve Harvey, if you look at his life today, is very successful. But she told his story in his life when he was in school, and he basically had to get up in front of his class, and he had to write down what he wanted to be when he grew up. And he told his teacher, he said, I want to be on TV. I want to make people laugh. And the teacher said this to him. She said, do you know anybody that's on TV? And when Steve was young, he said no. She says, is anybody in your family on TV? He said no. Okay, she says, I want you to go home. I want you to rewrite what you're going to be, rewrite the paper, and come back because you're not going to be on TV. She basically said, try again. It's not going to happen. Well, if we all know Steve Harvey and his, what's great is I'm pretty sure if you grab the book, there are videos that go with, and I'm going to have to find them, of her elaborating on people's stories, right? But we all know Steve Harvey is super successful. He went home, and his dad said, no, that's a lie. Your teacher is wrong. If you want something, he says, I want you to take your paper, and I want you to read it to yourself three times. He says, I want you to read it to yourself every night, or every morning when you wake up, and every night before you go to bed. I want you to see it. I want you to say it. I want you to believe it. And guess what? What happened? Steve Harvey became very successful. Now, if you follow his story, it wasn't overnight, and he had to do an incredible amount of work to get to where he is today, but he did it, right? If he would have listened to that teacher, he would not be where he is today. You might have people in your life that are going to say, You'll never be that weight. You can never run that marathon. There's no way that you're going to achieve that goal. And you need to know that, yes, you can. We're going to put it on a board. We're going to speak it. We are going to dream it, pin it, put it on a board, live it. We're going to speak it out, and you will see things change. You will. I thought it was super great. So here's what I want you to know. Well, this whole book is great. I wish I could just sit here and read it to you. I'm not going to. I'd encourage you to get the book, or I'll give you the highlights of the book. Someone once described a football game. This is great. Listen to this and figure out where you fall. Somebody once described the game of football as 60,000 people who desperately needed exercise watching 22 men who desperately needed rest. The game of football is a parallel of life. The average person watches from the sidelines as very few people ever get off the bleachers and get in the game. Isn't it time that you stop playing, isn't it time that you start playing the game of life? Are you going to be a watcher? Are you going to be like the average person who sits and watches and actually doesn't do anything about their goals? Or are you going to get in the game? Few people are in the game. She tells one more story. She says, I saw a car commercial once, and she says it describes two different types of people. There's drivers and there's passengers. Passengers are simply along for the ride. They sit back, they look out the window, and they let the other person decide on the direction that they are going. Drivers are in control of their destiny or their destination. When you're done with this book, you will be the driver. Well, if you decide. Are you going to take action? Are you going to follow along? Are you going to do the activity? Are you going to start dreaming? Are you going to write things down? Are you going to create the vision board? And are you going to take action towards those goals? Are you a driver or are you a passenger? Are you watching from the bleachers at the sidelines like in a football game, or are you playing the game of life? Where are you? And it's up to you to decide. I can't make you do it. I can give you some tools. I can help you go through books. I can give you some inspiration. I can give you action steps, but you have to do the work. All right. There's so many incredible, this whole book is great. The whole book is great. Please grab it. Your decisions affect your destiny. Are you going to just go with the flow of traffic or go on the narrow road that leads to success? He says, Zig Ziglar says this, only dead fish go with the flow. You're going to have to decide. She talks about how sometimes people don't work on their goals until they're so disgusted in life, right? Maybe they're disgusted with a photo they see. Maybe that's why you're on the Keto Mom page. Maybe they're disgusted with their finances. Maybe they're disgusted with where they're at, credit card debt, school debt, to where they finally decide to make a decision. Don't get to the disgust. Maybe you're already there, but don't wait to make a decision. She tells an incredible story about Tim Allen, and then I'm going to stop on I got to page 6. I'm going to stop on page 6. Here's the deal. I want you to take this seriously. She talks about drawing a line in the sand, and she talks about simply this. One of the greatest realizations you will ever come to is when you realize that there is only one person responsible for the outcome of your life, and it's you. You alone must take 100% responsibility for where you are and what you have achieved. Your health, your wealth, your debt, your body, your success, your relationships, and your current reality. That's the beginning of the book. Are you going to join us? Are you going to take action? Because it's only you that can do it, right? So maybe you're on this page and you're like, all right, this is awesome. I want to have some fat loss. I want to get stronger. I want to feel better. I want to have better relationships, right? There's so many avenues that you can take this, and we're going to do it together. We're going to take the chapters piece by piece. So we're on page 6. If your goal is to follow along, obviously you can keep going. My action step for you is, if you have not read it and you have the book, get to page 6, do some underlining, do some highlighting. And I want you throughout this entire month, all of September, I want you to think about this. As you're going throughout your day, I want you to start dreaming. So your action step is What do I want? Because at the end of the month, it will give you some ideas of how to dream. What do I write down? What does it look like to create a vision board? We'll do that along the way. But my encouragement to you is to get a journal, get a piece of paper, put it in the front of this book, and start dreaming. Write it down. Specific. What weight do you want to be at? Is there something that you want to accomplish physically? Do you want to do a marathon? Or we've got some friends doing a mud run this weekend. Is there something, maybe you want to do it with your kids, right? Maybe you want to meal prep every single Sunday. Maybe you want to go on a vacation or have that wedding or whatever it is, and you want to feel good about yourself. I'm talking a lot about physical because a lot of you are here to get healthy. Now, I also am super passionate about marriages and schooling and encouraging your kids and reading and relationships and finances and business. What do you want, right? I have business goals. I have financial goals. We have goals of, as a family, going places. I have goals for our kids in their school. What is it that you want? Some of you are like, I'd love a brand new truck. Write it down. I'd love to get out of debt. Write it down. What is it? And so I want you to write down anything. When I went through this with a group of ladies, and our pastor led us through this, she gave us a little piece of paper. I have to find mine. It might be in here. She gave us a piece of paper and she said, I want you to, it might be this. Oh yeah. She said, I want you to write from now until the end of the book. I want you to try to see if you can fill up a piece of paper of 101 things, goals, things you want to accomplish in your whole life. It was really hard and I only made it to 19. Isn't that crazy? Some people in the group finished 101. And things like, I said, I want to write a book. I might start a podcast. I want to make sure that, I want to teach the girls scripture. I want to lead worship with my girls. I had buy a horse for our daughter Emery. Help my daughter Amelia write her book. My husband has a dream for doing a men's camp. There's so many things, right? So if you get a piece of paper and just start writing and have the paper tucked in your book and just crazy things, anything, right? We had a goal of having a house on a lake. We had a goal of my husband wanted a Tesla. We have a Tesla. Like that was years ago. Like tangible things. And then I'm like a dreaming, like future focused, leaving a legacy for our kids. Like what is it that you want? Write it down and we're going to create a board off of that. So I am excited to go through the book. Thank you for tuning in. I'd love to hear what you're excited about. And every time you read, I'd love to hear below, what are your biggest takeaways? Like, what is it teaching you? What are you excited about? Send me messages with questions. I'm always here to help. And then continue to tune into the page because we have recipes, keto tips and tricks for you. Every single day at 2 o'clock, I'm going to come on here. I'm going to shake up my favorite flavor of ketones. I'm going to share with you a keto tip. So just tune in. I hope you guys have an incredible day. Excuse me, morning. And I am going to get my kids up so we can start school. So have a good morning and we'll talk to you soon.